I don't know how popular it is. It's kind of a public pick, but I'm going to go with it here. Is Alabama first half? It's under 10. It's 9.5. I'm going to take it because I have no trust in Kellen Munn. He fumbled the ball 3 times again. I watched him play all last year. I wouldn't want a full game. That backdoor cover could always come in, but I like this first half. I think Harris, Jones I think Alabama will play well early, and they'll let off the gas maybe late, and Munn will start making plays. But he couldn't make throws at all. He missed some bad ones, 4 or 5 in that game last week. And Vandy, I mean, they were 31-point favorites and got by. I mean, they have Spiller, and they need to rely on him because I'm not a big fan of Munn. He's a good athlete. He can move the ball. He's good with his feet. But I got to take this. It's under 10, so I'm on the first half. Bama minus 9.5.
Bama first half minus 9.5. John, what do you think?
I can see that. I actually will have a play on Texas A&M plus the points for the game.
The full game? Yeah. Well, I won't go the whole game.
Yeah. It's not one that I'm going to play the money line on, obviously, in these situations. I'll get to another betting system here. It's earned a 75% win percentage against the spread for 39-13 record over the last 10 seasons. And in each of those 10 seasons, there has not been a losing record. There was a couple of seasons that were even 500. To make that clear, so you would have lost the big. But this requires us to bet on road teams that scored and allowed 17 or fewer points in their last game and are now facing a host who led by 17 or more at the half in their last 2 games. So, I'm sorry, in their last game, only 1 game. So clearly, this actually, I think, supports your first half bet on Alabama getting out to a lead and covering that 9, which doesn't necessarily imply they're going to cover the 17.5 or 18 or whatever it is right now. But A&M with Jimbo Fisher, I think, is making strides each season. They still have a lot of holes to fill when you compare them against an Alabama or a Georgia or even an Auburn. But they seem to be heading in the right direction. So I do like the Aggies here, even though they won't have their 12th man in the stands, apparently. Oh, no, they're on the road. They're on the road, so forget it.
Yeah, they're in Tuscaloosa. I think A&M backdoor covered last year against Bama. I'm pretty sure I had that game. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look that up. But Munn got a late touchdown. He got a late touchdown, and they backdoor covered. So that's where full game, I don't – and it's right on the number. I think it's 17 here or 17.5. So, yeah.
I like the game that I can see why somebody would think it's a reach. Again, using that 28-point pivot, Alabama, it's hard to imagine them not scoring 28 points in every single game they play. But Alabama has played more games than I thought, at least, where they did not reach 28, and the records were not good. So that's where, if I was having a conversation with you, when we were having a couple of beers at the bar, it would be hard for me to convince you that Alabama's not going to score 28. And you have, very solid reasons for that not to occur. So real quick, the line indicates a final score of 34-17, roughly, or 35-17, depending on where that total is. Yeah. So that right there means that they're above 28 points. My models say that the Tide is going to score 28 or fewer. In other words, a max of 28, and it's going to have more turnovers than the Aggies. So that's the factor that really comes to play here with the turnover margin. Alabama's not good at home when they've committed more turnovers than the guest, and even more so when it's an SEC rival. The Aggies are 24-3 straight up, 22-3 against the spread for 88% winners since 2006, when they've had those metrics met or exceeded. So they win the turnover battle and they keep the opponent under 28 points, and those were the records. So it will be interesting to see what happens here.